Welcome to episode 21 of the Comedy Kitchen. I'm your host, Dennis Wirth, local comedian out of New England, doing my two favorite things in life, stand-up comedy and eating. Everybody thinks I'm doing a cooking show because I like to cook. Now, I like to cook, but I love to eat. That's the fun part, okay? Hey, episode 21, and I brought on one of my friends from the comedy world today. Please help me welcome Michele Mortenson.
Hey, guys.
Michele, thank you so much for coming down today.
Nice to be here.
You excited?
Yes, I am.
We're going to be making some homemade waffles today. You ready for that?
Yeah.
You know why we make homemade waffles?
Why?
Because frozen waffles suck.
Yeah.
That's why, okay? I'll never be the spokesperson for frozen waffles. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they suck. That's why.
Okay.
We're going to make some homemade waffles
Okay.
today. All right. It is the Comedy Kitchen. We do the cooking thing. We do the comedy thing. Before we get started out, tell the folks, how'd you get started out in comedy?
I was a professional musician for 30 years. I played with Bruce Springsteen's band. I played with Ray Charles one time, played with a lot of opera stars. Finally decided I got sick of working in the back row, playing everybody else's stuff. I wanted to be out front, doing my own thing, and that's how I got started in the comedy thing.
And now you're in charge. Bruce Springsteen's band?
Yes.
The E Street Band, or was it a different
It
band
was
at the
the
time?
E Street Review. He wasn't with them at the time. It was
Okay.
when he broke off. But I played with Clemens, and I played with Max Weinberg, the drummer that used to be on Late Night.
Really?
Yeah, I played with all those dudes.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
you were a musician. What did
Yeah.
you play?
French horn.
The French horn?
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
did.
awesome. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh. I did not know that.
Yep.
All right. You ready to start making some waffles?
Let's make some waffles.
Let's make some waffles. All right. We need two cups of all-purpose flour. So you get your flour over there.
There's my flour.
Here's your flour. You get your cup right next to you, the big one.
The big one.
We make a mess here, so I'm going to tell you before.
Okay,
Everybody gets
that's
nervous when
good.
they make a mess.
That's
You don't have to
good,
get
because
nervous about
I'm a
making a mess in the
messy
comedy
cook.
kitchen. And while you're doing that, I am going to preheat some stuff. I'm just going to
All right, so we're going to put this in this big bowl, huh?
You got it.
Okay. And this is pre-sifted flour?
Just regular all-purpose flour right out of the bag.
All-purpose. Okay, there we go. There's one.
Whamma jamma.
Okay, and here we go.
You have a drum roll, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, well, you know, musician. There's
Whamma jamma.
two.
That's two.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
that's a good
So
start.
we're
This is
done with
good.
the flour.
You've done this before, haven't you, Michele? Who
Oh,
does
yeah.
the cooking in your house?
My husband.
Your husband does the
I
cooking?
just
You don't want
watch.
to take credit?
No.
You're like me. You like the eating part, right? You like to
bet.
eat. I know
You
what's
bet.
going on. Okay. Next thing we are going to need is 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder.
1.5. All right, there's the
Big
baking
bit.
powder.
You got your tablespoons
My
up there.
tablespoons. Is this my tablespoon?
That is indeed.
That is indeed. Okay.
I can tell you, you should have brought your husband. He'd be yelling at you right now. That's not tablespoon.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no, you're in charge. Don't kid me.
I'm
He
in
ain't gonna yell
charge.
at you. I know what's going on.
I'm in charge. That's got to be the half.
1.5.
There we go.
You're like an old pro.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to turn on our little waffle iron here and preheat that.
Okay, now what setting are we using, Dennis?
Well, right now we're only going to the medium setting because
medium.
we're not ready to use it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, all the years you've been doing comedy, tell the folks, what's one of your favorite memories in comedy?
Down in Florida.
Florida.
I was at Side Splitters. It was an early show, and my peeps, because as you know I'm older, and it was a 6 o'clock show, and all the retirees came in. They had a 4 o'clock dinner, and they were in 6 o'clock, had a great night. They really enjoyed me. They were out by 7:30 and in bed by 8. It was one of the best shows. Best shows, yeah.
Oh, you had a fun time? That's
I had a
awesome.
wonderful time.
When,
Yeah.
you know, when you can make the elderly people happy, that's special because they don't get out much. When they do, you want to
No.
make sure they enjoy it,
No,
right?
they had a great time.
You made sure they enjoyed it.
had a great
That's
time.
awesome. All right. Next thing we're going to need is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
Half a teaspoon of salt.
Salt
So
right over
there's
here.
there.
Hand that to you.
That's my half
Got
teaspoon.
your 1/2 teaspoon.
Okay. There we go.
All right. And we need 2 tablespoons of sugar.
2
Half a
tablespoons.
tablespoon.
So there's my tablespoon.
What do you usually do for breakfast in the morning? Do you go out for breakfast or do you cook
I
in?
love going out for breakfast,
You
but most of the time we're trying to watch our weight. We're trying to be healthy, so we do a lot of egg beaters. We do a lot of turkey sausage.
Yeah, I watch my weight all the time, man. I get on the gym. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger,
But
and I keep
then-
watching it, man.
Then there's one day a week where we go out for the pancakes
And you have whatever you
and
want,
the
right? You
sausage
enjoy yourself.
and or the big omelets with the cheese and
I know you said. I do
Yeah.
that like 6 days a week. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to live too long. All right. I'm going to whisk this up. As we do, I know in comedy some nights are better than others. Some nights you hit the drunks, you hit the hecklers, wild things happen. What's one of the craziest stories ever happened to you in comedy?
doing a show with a prop comic, and a woman got upstage. She was totally wrecked. Came up on stage in the middle of his act, started singing, started dancing, everything like that. And he just got off the stage and said, "Okay, it's your show."
Really? Did she carry on at that point?
She
or?
carried on, and I was the host. I didn't know what to do, so I finally, I jumped up on the stage. She said, "Do you want me to get off?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." So I just about had to push her off stage. I just said, "Okay, guys, this is what we got to do. We got to do this. We got to do this. We have a silent auction. We have a raffle. We have this, that, and the other thing." And I told the comic, "Take the stage."
Always
And he
strange when
got
the
back on
audience
stage.
takes over the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just did a show at J.D. Chaser's the other night, or a couple nights ago on Thursday up in Hudson, New Hampshire, and there was a guy really, really drunk, and all night he just kept yelling out, "Yes, sir! Yes!" about 50 times, and finally the host brought him up there and let him tell 2 jokes. And his wife was right in it. He told the joke, she said the punchline, you, "Yes, sir!" right to her. So it was like a team act. Sometimes you just got to deal with it, right?
That's right.
What are you going to do?
That's
I don't
right.
know. All right, we got in a separate bowl here. We're going to do our liquid ingredients because we got a dry ingredients there. So this one we got our
Okay.
liquid ingredients. We're going to need a 1.5 cups of milk. So I'm going to grab the milk. You grab your 1.5 cups.
There's the cup.
There's your
Here's
milk.
the milk. And we are using whole milk.
Right.
No 2% for you, Dennis. No
Well, hey,
1%,
you know, if
no
you're going to make the
skim. Yeah,
waffles, why
right.
hold back? I mean, I can't see putting 2% milk in syrup. That's kind of the pretty. You're
Yeah.
going to do it, just do it right, man.
It's like the
you know?
Diet Coke and Twinkies thing, right?
Sure.
Sure. All right, there's 1 cup.
All right.
No, we're going all the way. I bet you have the real maple syrup, too, for these. Are we doing syrup?
Hey, of course. What's a waffle without syrup?
I don't know.
I don't know. What
There we
else?
go. All right, we even got...
Vegetables on it if you're a vegetarian. I do the syrup. I do.
Okay, we even
I
got
don't
sound
care.
effects.
Sure.
Now what?
All right, we need a 1/2 cup of melted butter. That's why I preheated this. We're going
Half
to
a
turn
cup.
that up. You got your butter.
And this is a 1/2 cup?
No, that's not a 1/2 cup.
No,
You got your butter knife. I think we
And
got
I
a
got
1/2 cup here somewhere.
somewhere, so we got to slice this.
There you go.
Okay, slice it in half.
I'll measure that for you. Why would you?
So we go like that.
I'm gonna toss that right in there. Mama Gemma, we're going to let that heat up a little bit.
All right.
All right, Michelle, we got a portion of the show called Funny Food Questions. Are you ready for a funny food question?
Sure.
She's ready for a funny food question. Michelle,
Yes.
if you went grocery shopping
Yes.
and you came home with some prick, what do you think you'd be coming home with?
What's in prick? Guys who stood too long in the express line?
You come home with a guy who stood too long in the express line. No, actually, and they turned our monitors off. We can't see it, but the audience is going to crack up over here. We got a, okay, you see, I told you. Prick Cola. You'll be coming home with some soda. They actually have a soda called Prick Cola. Would you
Really?
buy soda called Prick Cola?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay. Hey, how much are they selling? I don't know. Maybe some girls like the Prick Cola. I don't know. Okay. Back to our waffles.
Back to our waffles, yeah.
All right. I know in addition to the comedy, and I've checked out some of your stuff on YouTube, but you have an extended acting career. Tell them a little bit about your acting career.
I've done about 20 films. I've done a few commercials. Played a lot of crazy parts. Played a crazy cat woman, a homeless woman, a woman who would actually kill somebody. Yeah, she was in a satanic rite. Do you know that on black and white film that chocolate syrup makes a great looking blood?
I know now. Chocolate
You know
syrup,
now, chocolate
really?
syrup, yeah, because I slit the guy's throat and he spit out chocolate syrup.
Chocolate syrup.
You didn't
Nobody
know
knew
that
the
before.
difference. Now I know.
Nobody
See,
knew the
we're
difference.
learning things on the Comedy
I
Kitchen.
played a woman whose husband hated her so much he tried to strangle her right on camera.
Well, I happen to be divorced, and I can relate to
I'll
that.
bet
I
you
would have
could. We
acted
could
in
have
that
done
very
that.
well.
I know.
could have been
the
in
next
that
time I
movie.
need somebody like that,
You give me a call.
I got to.
I'm
play,
in.
I got to play with. Got to play Alex Rocco's wife. Do you remember Alex Rocco from The Godfather?
Rocco.
He was Mo Green in The Godfather.
Oh, Mo Green. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, really? You acted
yeah,
with
I
him.
got to
Well,
play.
you're lucky. Wow.
Yeah.
I think he was on Fish, too, wasn't he? The old TV series Fish?
No, that was Abe Vigoda, but he
Oh,
was
okay.
on.
He was in something before
He was
that,
in
actually. I forget what it was.
Teddy Z.
Teddy Z. You're jogging my memory here. These
Yes,
are all old
Teddy Z,
televisions.
yes,
Oh, okay.
right. We're showing our age.
We are. I know.
Yeah.
We're dated now. We're dated on the Comedy Kitchen. That's
Yes.
good. All right, next thing we need is 2 eggs. So we're going to crack a
2
couple eggs
eggs.
and put them right in with our liquid mix here.
So we have to break the eggs.
Break the eggs. Unless you like shells on your waffles.
No,
Okay.
no. All right. Here you go.
I have faith in you.
That's a hard egg, Dennis.
Well, you're a strong lady, Michelle.
That's right.
I'll grab those shells. Got the
Okay,
trash right
one.
over here.
These are little
Oh,
ones
no.
from Little Chickens.
Of course.
Are these Lemonster chickens? Are these local eggs?
And 2. Of course they're local eggs.
I know you guys are
They're actually
known
a
for-
medium egg. They look kind of small for
I
medium
know
egg. Who's
you
to
guys
say?
are famous for plastics
That's
and
what-
Johnny Appleseed
and Johnny
because I read the
Appleseed,
signs
that's right.
coming in, but I
See,
didn't
you're
know
educated
about,
now
I
about
didn't know about
lemons,
the
aren't
eggs.
you?
Yeah,
See?
yeah.
All right, next thing we need a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
A teaspoon. How's that butter doing?
And sounds like it's doing pretty good there. Mmm, yummy,
Vanilla
yummy.
extract.
See, we got the sounds, yeah. Snap, crackle, and pop. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Okay. There we go.
We're going to pour our butter
Everything's better with a
right
lot of butter.
on in there. Yeah, butter adds the taste in a few pounds. So if you don't
Yes.
mind a few pounds, you can get the taste, all right?
Yep.
Okay, next question. Where can we find Michele Mortenson? Do you have a website or just on Facebook? I know on YouTube.
I'm on Facebook. I have my website, theladycomic.com.
Okay.
But most of my stuff is on YouTube. I have a few-
Theladycomic.com. Okay, check you out there.
theladycomic.com,
Okay.
yeah.
What are some of your favorite rooms to play if, like, they're in the New England area and they want to catch her? Where can they catch you performing your act?
Comedy Studio,
Okay.
any place where I've been with you.
Joke in the Box?
I've Joke in the Box. I've been at
There you
Joke in the
go.
Box. I was at one of your shows, Cancer Relay,
Absolutely.
the other night.
Raise some money for a great cause.
Yeah,
that was
we
good. Yeah,
did.
we did.
Played headliners. I'm going down
Headliners.
to a place in Smithfield, Rhode Island next week.
Okay.
Um,
Are all these dates on your website?
Some of them are, yeah.
All right, so if you want to
Yeah.
catch Michelle, you go to her website.
Yeah.
Go out and catch one of her shows. One funny gal, I'll vouch for her. Okay, what else do we got here? What we're going to do next, we're going to whisk this up a little bit. And we want to add, I'm going to let you whisk it a little bit, because I'm doing
gonna
all the
whisk.
work. And
I
you
know,
I
I
do
know.
this
I'm
every
gonna
day,
whisk.
but, apparently your husband does. Now you're going to show your husband how to make some,
Are you watching,
yeah.
See, I can actually cook.
So we want to break up the egg there.
Yeah,
I see it
yeah,
floating
that's a
around. You
stubborn
wanna hit
egg.
this,
That's a stubborn
stubborn
yolk.
couple eggs there.
Come on, guys. Hey.
Hit that sucker.
All right, I think he's
I
dead.
think you're doing pretty good there.
All right.
All right, what we're going to do is just pour that right in with this. We're going to mix that together.
The liquid into the
Into
dry.
the dry, you got it.
Okay.
It's looking good, isn't it? Starting to anyway.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm going to grab the whisk back off of you. And as I'm doing this, when you were growing up and you were thinking about doing comedy, who are some of the mainstream comics that inspired you to want to do comedy?
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Out
And
of
shout
all
out
of
to
them,
her. She just
Joan
passed
Rivers.
away. Yeah. Give it up for Joan Rivers. Absolutely.
I watched Carol Burnett growing up.
Sure.
Watched Tim Conway. Watched Red Skelton.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Great,
classics.
great character. I mean, I'm old enough to remember Bob Hope and Jack Benny.
Oh, yeah, did a lot of work for the troops there,
Yep.
Bob Hope. Good stuff.
That's right. But Joan, I saw Joan, I think, 3 times in Boston in the last
Sure.
5 years.
And you know, when you say female comic, who's your favorite female comic? Joan Rivers automatically pops into your head, whether she's your favorite or not. Her, Lucille Ball, they were just,
Yeah.
they set the tone for female comics to do what they do. All right, now when you're whisking this here, you see how it's lumpy? You want it to be lumpy, okay, because that's going to make it flumpy. If you whisk it too much, it's going to get too fine and you're not going to get a fluffy waffle.
Good.
And we want fluffy waffles, don't
Lumps, especially at my age.
we? Lumpy.
Few
Very
lumps.
good, okay.
You got to get used to lumps.
So we got to let this rest
Waffles
about
or
a few
none?
minutes before we put it
Okay.
in.
All right.
While we do that, we have to coat our waffle maker, okay? We got some olive oil here, and we have a little brush.
Okay. This
Sure.
is pure vegetable oil.
That's right. So we're going to turn this up, because we're almost ready to make our waffles.
Whoa.
Okay, you want to pour a little bit in there, and then take the brush, put some on the top, some on the bottom, and just cover everything.
Oh, okay. There.
You do any painting, Michelle?
No.
See, now you can officially say you're a painter.
I'm a
I
painter,
painted
yes.
vegetable
I
oil
painted vegetable oil.
onto a waffle maker.
Yes.
How cool is that, right? You're a precisionist. You're like my mom. Me, I'd just be done, and she'd be precision vegetable oil on the waffle maker.
There we go.
All right, you're getting there. See that? That's all looking yummy, isn't it?
Now my husband's going to come home and say, if you could do the waffle maker, why couldn't you do the garage too?
That's right. Looks good. All right, set it back down.
Okay. Now, we should close her
Close
up.
it back up, yeah.
Okay.
You can set your brush over there. All right, on the local comedy scene, who are some of your favorite comics on the local comedy scene to work with?
Well, I've worked with Paul D'Angelo.
Okay.
I work with Steve Sweeney.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I've never worked with Lenny Clark, but I've seen him in many
never worked with him, yeah.
times. I remember, I don't know if you were around for Kevin Knox.
Yeah, very high energy.
Great.
He's actually the most
Great.
popular comic that people pick, so he was a loved man.
He was beloved.
21 episodes, he's
beloved.
the most popular pick, yeah.
He was the first guy I ever watched when I was thinking about getting into comedy, and he encouraged me.
Really?
He was amazing.
That was, before I did Mike Donovan for me, I went to a comedy show. He was headlining.
Yeah.
Blew me away how funny he was, and as a local inspiration.
Yeah.
Funny how they can make you want to try it. They make you laugh so hard.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. Okay. All right. You ready to cook some waffles?
Let's cook some waffles.
Cook some waffles. All right. I'll wish this up a tiny bit more. You see how that's starting to ferment there a little bit?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Like me, lumpy and fermented.
All right. We grab that. We open up our waffle maker.
We open up our waffle.
And you're going to put a couple scoops right in the middle there.
In the middle.
Keep going.
Keep going, keep going.
We're going to need like maybe 3, 4, it looks like. 1,
Come on, guys. Did you ever make Mickey waffles?
1, 2.
We used to have a
Well, it's
Mickey
waffle
Mouse.
week. We're going to get creative here pretty soon, I'll
Ah.
tell you right now. See, we start out with the basic waffles, and from here we just get crazy, okay?
Okay. I think we're going to need
One
some
more.
One more in there. Making a mess on your table.
We always make a mess. Everybody's nervous about making a mess. You know how you get good food?
Make a mess.
You make a mess, that's right.
There.
I
Want one
think
more? or you
maybe
think
one more in the center
One
will
more
probably
in the
do
center,
the trick.
we should
so
do it.
we have a thick waffle.
We're going to have one thick waffle. There. All right. Now we're going out to the
Ah,
sides and
The
look
rest
at
will
that.
go out by itself. Right there. All
Okay,
right. Put
there
that
we
back.
go.
Close your waffle. Doo-doo. All right, there now.
This is the part where we do the waffle dance.
This is what's the waffle dance?
I
I'll do
don't
any
know.
dance you want to do with the waffle dance, all right?
How long are we waiting?
We wait until the light turns green, okay?
Okay, so we got,
We're going to
okay.
dance until then? We'll be at it.
I don't know.
If we dance till then. All right, now you know how to do the waffle dance. I don't know what the heck that was, but that's officially a waffle dance now.
We got
All
to
right.
copyright it, you know.
We copyright the waffle dance.
If we
Everybody be
catch
doing
any
it.
other comics doing the waffle dance, they're stealing our
They
material.
have to pay us now,
That's
right?
right.
That's right.
That's right. See, we made a
get
few bucks
royalties.
here. Yes.
We get royalties on that. That's right.
Yeah.
See? They'll be at the clubs next week. Everybody be dancing with the waffle dance. Okay.
You saw it here first.
That's right. All right. Well, we're waiting for that. You know, years from now, when you look back, you get done your comedy career. Where do you hope to end up? What are your goals? What do you want to be remembered for in comedy when it's all said and done?
Being a nice lady with slightly sarcastic, old broad kind of.
Okay. A little edginess in there. Right?
Yeah, I want a little edginess,
Okay.
which is the reason I always admired Joan Rivers, because she had such a generous heart. She was such a nice
Yeah,
lady,
yeah.
and yet she could sing, and she surprised you with that sing. And I want to be able to say, you know, yeah, I was nice. I was a good mother. I was a good grandmother. I took good care of my dogs. I was a good friend. But zing.
When it came to it, you had the zing, right?
Yeah, I had the zing. That's what I want.
I saw Joan Rivers after she passed. I looked at some of her stuff on YouTube, and they had one guy who heckled her, and she just destroyed the guy. It was out of character, but she knew how to handle
Yeah.
the guy if it was going to happen. I think our green light popped on. Why
Our
don't we
green
check
light.
that?
Okay, here we go.
Let's check it out. Ooh, you see the little brown marks there?
Yeah, I do.
All right, we're getting yummy. Maybe one more, few more seconds, and we're almost
We got to
done
do
there.
another, what, 10-second dance?
And, all right, let's do
The waffle dance. 10. Here we go.
we had music, this would just destroy it. Man. Give us some music, studio audience. Come on. Give us a beat.
Okay,
The waffle dance.
dance.
All right, we've danced. Okay. We don't need scissors, we need tongs. Here's some tongs.
We need tongs.
We're going to pull one of those out.
All right, let's hope we get it out.
This is like scientific. You look like you're ready for surgery there.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know. Well, you don't want me. My husband doesn't even let me. There we go. Wow.
Whamma jamma.
Wow, wow, wow.
All right, let's see. Butter knife, whamma jamma.
Butter knife.
We're going to cut this waffle right in half. Okay. You know what
Okay.
we're gonna do? This is my favorite part of the show. I'm so happy right now. Okay.
Woo! Look at him.
Got a fork for you.
A fork for me.
Got a fork for me. We got half a waffle for you.
Half a waffle.
We got half a waffle for you.
Okay,
Dooby-doo. We got some
That's
syrup
what
over
you're
there.
looking-
So,
you first.
all right, well, I'm going to take it out. And you know what? You're the guest, so you first.
Okay.
I don't know how much syrup you like, so you go nuts with the syrup.
No, I'm not going to go
No,
nuts
how
with
much do you
syrup.
like?
That
You like
much.
a little bit of syrup?
There we go. Whoops. There.
Okay, I like a lot of syrup. All right, we got a little bit of confectionery sugar here.
Okay.
Powdered sugar, but a little bit on. A little bit on mine, too.
That's diabetes
And,
on grade right there.
hey,
Are
let's
we
give it a
ready?
taste.
Okay.
Better than frozen waffles? I told you, man. What can I tell you? All right, now you know how to make the homemade waffles here at home.
That's
You're going to make
great.
these for your husband, right?
Yeah.
Whamma jamma. It is the Comedy Kitchen. We've done the cooking thing. Would you be nice enough to give the folks at home some of your stand-up comedy?
Love to.
She would love to, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Comedy Kitchen. Now you know how to make the homemade waffles. You can cook those up for breakfast for your loved one, and it's good eating, okay? Check out my website, www.denniswirth.webs.com. Joke in the Box Comedy Clubs, and one of the comics it's been my pleasure to book in my rooms. I give you the comedy genius of my friend, Michele Mortenson. Go get him.
Thanks, Dennis. Dennis Wirth. Great time here in Leominster, or as the rest of the country says, Leominster. Don't you hate that? They mispronounce it, Leominster. You know, I can relate to that because I come from Reading, Massachusetts. Reading, right? People ask me all the time when I do out-of-state shows, where exactly is Reading? So I tell them, well, it's south of Haverhill, east of Gloucester, and west of Worcester. So I understand, yeah, I grew up in Reading. I got my start in comedy actually from watching my grandfather, who was the local undertaker. Yeah. You know, you have to have a sense of humor to do that job, and man, could he handle a stiff crowd. Takes a minute, doesn't it, folks? Yeah, so I was the typical nerdy, bright little girl, studious, that could never get a date, but I also played piano and I acted and everything. So in high school, I was voted most talented and most likely to stay a virgin, which they've now combined and made the Susan Boyle Award. My sister, she was the pretty one that got all the guys that I wanted to date, and you know, she's still doing that to me today. Whenever we're out together, the guys that are checking her out are handsome enough to be doing commercials for Cialis and Just for Men. And the guys that are checking me out should be doing commercials for diabetes test kits or the scooter store. So all the guys that I did date in high school are either living in Provincetown or Ogunquit. But the saddest story of all, one time I dated this black guy and I really, really liked him, but he had a foot fetish, kept wanting me to suck his toes, and I'm lactose intolerant. So I met and married my husband. We've been married over 30 years. Do you believe that? Over 30 years. Yeah. Been a happy marriage, but we can still trade barbs after all this time. We were just down in Orlando, so I asked him to take me to SeaWorld. I wanted to see Shamu's buddies. Honey said if I wanted to see a killer whale, I'd just watch you get out of the hotel pool. So I went myself, and you know what I learned? Whales only mate once a year. And I'm sticking to the schedule. So we've been through a lot together, though, including living 20 years down by the Jersey Shore, where he was an executive for a Fortune 500 company. But I could not cut it as a corporate wife. I mean, I'd have to get dressed up, go to all these fancy affairs. I could never do the whole hair and makeup thing, so I'd end up looking like either Heath Ledger or Phyllis Diller. One time they asked me to order the wine at dinner. I'm clueless about wine. I thought Pinot Grigio was a Mexican wrestler. Steward opens the bottle, hands me the cork. I don't know what to do with it, so I gave it my best shot and I licked it. But the killer came the time that they asked me to sit next to the boss's wife at dinner, and I did not like her at all. And she's going on and on about her fancy shopping trips and all her charity work and everything. Finally, she stops and catches her breath and says, "So, Michele, what have you been doing lately?" And I had had it. So I just shot back, "Oh, haven't you heard? I've been doing your husband at lunch." That's when we packed up and moved to New Hampshire. Love New Hampshire, love New Hampshire. Just did a very, very New Hampshire thing. Husband and I, we both got our motorcycle licenses. Yes, I have my motorcycle license. Yep. And we even found motorcycle clubs just for people our own age. I'm in the Boniva Biker Babes, and my husband's in the Rogaine Roadhogs. Too bad he's not here today, because you could see that the bike part is working out real well. The Rogaine, not so much. His friends think the bike is cool. My friends are hoping that it is just menopause and I'll go back to ceramics when it's done. You know what? I'm tired of having everything I do that's just slightly different, blamed on my hormones, you know, because it's never anything good. Just once, I'd like to hear a sportscaster go, "And what a fantastic performance. She must be ovulating." So anyway, we also did a very other New Hampshire thing, especially as empty nesters. We adopted 2 dogs. We have 2 dogs, golden retrievers. Yeah, one is a rescue from Memphis. The other is our champion little bloodlines female, Luna. My husband loves this dog, spoils this dog rotten. Whenever we go away, he puts the 2 dogs, including Luna, in this place called All Dogs Gym and Inn. It's like a doggy Hilton. So she gets a doggy biscuit on her pillow at night. Where does he put me? A Motel 6. You don't want to know what's on your pillow at night at a Motel 6. Since she has champion bloodline, she has to have nothing but the best. He feeds her premium dog food with human-grade ingredients. Then if she wants a snack, she goes out and eats poop in the backyard. He sent her to a dog shrink to try to fix that problem. $200 for the shrink. What does the shrink tell him? Pick up the poop before she eats it. He bought her all these expensive dog toys. She still got bored, chewed up my best shoes, shred a whole 6-pack of toilet paper all through the house. Looked like we had invited Dick Cheney to go duck hunting. But here's the kicker, and I'll leave you with this. You know, she was supposed to be my dog, but no. Every week he takes her to agility class, and you've probably seen this on Animal Planet where they go up and down the ramps, through the weave pole, through the tires. Calls me up every week after class and brags about the dog. "Oh, Luna did this. She ran so fast. She was the star of the show. She did this, and best in the class this." And I'm thinking, what is up with this guy? He wasn't a soccer dad. He wasn't a Little League father. And he sure as heck doesn't brag about me like this. Why? Why is he like this with this dog? Then one day it dawns on me. Middle-aged man who finally has a female who will jump through hoops for him. Because this female doesn't. And that's my time, guys. Thanks so much. Back to your host, Dennis Wirth. Hey, thanks.
Thank you for being on the Comedy Kitchen, Michele. I'd like to thank the studio audience. I'd like to thank the crew. Most of all, I thank you at home for watching the Comedy Kitchen. Until next time, remember, eat well and laugh well, folks. Good night.